Hey there, welcome back. My name is Katie, and this is Louisiana Cooking and Living. If you're new to my channel, we are so happy that you are here with us today. And we do on this channel a lot of cooking, hence the cooking coming first, and then we do living also. We do some things around the garden, the chickens, around the state, just a different variety of things. We do mostly cooking though, and we are going to cook something for you today, but I wanted to show you what we were able to get out of the garden this morning. Let's see if I can get this basket up here so you can see it. This whole basket of sweet potatoes. We do have some really good size ones, and then we have some smaller ones, but we did get quite a bit of sweet potatoes out of our garden today, so that was very exciting. Looking forward to eating these this winter. But today we're going to be making a Boudin Chimichanga with a crawfish sauce. I'm not sure if you've seen that. It's kind of been a viral thing that's been going around, and I've been wanting to make it. I've actually had it on my list for about a year, and then I've seen people making it, and I was like, I better go ahead and do this. So we're going to be making this Boudin Chimichanga. If you don't know what Boudin is, it is a, I guess you could say a sausage just because it's links, but it's not really a sausage in the typical sense of a sausage, because in this casing is actually rice and pork dressing. You can either cook it or steam it with and eat the casing like it is. Some people will smoke this. You can buy it smoked already. The casing kind of gets a little bit more firm, and you can bite into that, or you can cut the casing off and eat it like dressing. And typically the way we would eat it, or eating it growing up, is we would take it out of the casing and put it on a cracker, and that's how we would eat it. But we're going to take this rice dressing, and we're going to make some chimichangas with pepper jack cheese inside of there, and then we are going to make a crawfish sauce to go on top. You can get boudin balls. Typically, little in South Louisiana, little shops, little gas stations will sell. This is actually from one called Best Stop, and they do now sell this in the grocery store here where I'm at. This is over in Scott, Louisiana. This is our favorite boudin. We've tried many of the different boudin stores around Scott. That's the boudin capital of Louisiana, or the world. This is our favorite brand. They will sell boudin balls where they'll take this out of the casing, or not even put it in the casing when they're making it. They will make a ball out of it, but fill it with that pepper jack cheese, and then roll it in flour and fry it. So that's one way that people eat the boudin. So we're going to make, that's a lot of words and all that, wasn't it? We're going to make a boudin chimichanga with our favorite Best Stop boudin, which we do get here in the grocery store. I'm not sure where around the country they sell it. I know that Best Stop and all these different stores, Billy's is one, Kartchner's, Don's, they all will ship their boudin. So if you've never tried boudin, it's spicy, it's pork, it's rice dressing. It's really good. So we're going to get this going. All right, so we have our tortillas here. These are the soft taco size tortilla. It's a pack of 10. I'm not sure how many of these I'm going to use. I also have some pepper jack slices here. And now we're going to open our boudin here. Let's see what we got. All right, so we're going to cut this open. I have made boudin one time, and honestly, for the amount of work it takes to actually make boudin, because it's really like a 24-hour process to cook the meat and do everything you've got to do, I'd much rather buy it. So we're just going to break each one of these links into maybe thirds. Kind of press it out. You can see the green onions in there. It's so flavorful, spicy, yummy, good. I'm gonna do the half of a piece of cheese. And we need to roll this up pretty good because we don't want the cheese to kind of melt out when we actually fry these. Because a chimichanga is a fried burrito. So we're going to roll it up really nice and tight like that. That's all we're going to do. It's that easy. And everything inside the boudin is already cooked. So when you're doing this, you're literally just cooking the outside, browning the tortilla, and melting that cheese. So let me get all these rolled up, and then we're going to move over to the stove top and make our sauce and fry these up. Okay, so I have some oil heating on this side of the stove to be able to fry our chimichangas in. I'm going to add a little bit more oil to this. I don't fry very often, so I had to get some oil to fry with. All right. We're going to add some butter to this little skillet to make our crawfish sauce. I'm going to add, let's say 2 tablespoons of butter. And to this, I'm going to do some crushed garlic. I have 4 cloves of garlic here. If you've been around for any length of time, you know I love my garlic. Turn my burner up a little bit. We'll get this sauteing. So typically in Cajun cooking, you hear people use the word Trinity, which is onion, celery, and bell pepper. But I wanted this sauce to be just very crawfish forward. I don't know if that makes sense. Like not a lot of chunks in it. I want the crawfish to be what shines. And so I happen to find this from a brand called Cajun Two-Step, and it's called the Cajun Trinity, and it is dehydrated onions, bell pepper, and celery, and they grind it up into a powder. And so I was excited to find that. I can get that flavor in here, but not have big chunks of onion, celery, bell pepper. But when you have kids, they don't like to see those chunks, those vegetables. And so that's a good way to get them in there without the kids seeing it. I'm not making a lot of sauce right now because we're not eating these for dinner tonight, and I wanted to, I'm actually going to put these in the freezer, but just making a little bit of sauce tonight to go along with these, and then I'm going to freeze actually the rest of these for some freezer meal prep. I do have 1 pound of these Louisiana crawfish tails. I'm sure you could probably get these across the country. These are from Louisiana. You can find them that are from China probably more prevalently, but we always try to find the Louisiana ones down here in Louisiana. And I'm just going to add, for today, about 1/3 of this pound of crawfish tails. We'll get those warming through with that garlic butter. Sprinkle some of our seasoning in here. I'm also going to add my Cajun seasoning. I do sell this on Etsy. It's kind of spicy, just to be forewarned if you're interested. There isn't any paprika in it, so all this red you see is cayenne. It's pretty spicy, actually. All right, while our crawfish are warming through here, before we add our cream and our cheese, I'm gonna see if my oil is ready for my chimichangas. Just gonna get a little piece of that tortilla and throw it in there. Yes, it looks like we're ready. So we're gonna lay these seam side down. I already have a sheet pan with foil so that when they're ready, I can pull them out. I mean, not foil, paper towels. All right, I'm going to get some heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to say that was like 1/2 cup of whipping cream there. maybe 2/3 of a cup. And then we're going to add some cheddar to this to make it our cheese sauce. You could add whatever cheese. You could do the pepper jack cheese. You could do Velveeta. Whatever kind of cheese you want to put in there. Let's see if these are ready to turn over. Looking a little golden here, so we're going to flip them. All right, we're going to add a little bit of salt to our sauce here. Just a pinch. My Cajun seasoning has salt in it, so depending on what you've already seasoned this with. If you buy the store brand ones like Tony Chachere's or those brands, they're a little bit more salty than my seasoning, so you just kind of have to judge that by your taste. Give these another flip so we can fry them all the way around. All right, this is starting to come up to a simmer. I'm going to turn it down to low, and I'm going to add some cheddar to it now. Again, whatever cheese you want to add. Just going to let this melt down in. All right, I'm going to try this, just the cheesy part on a chip, just to get a taste of the flavor of it. I think we need more of the Cajun seasoning and some more salt. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of this Trinity here. Everybody's spice level is different. Every seasoning is different. So just go ahead and measure that with what your family likes. All right, we're going to go ahead and plate a couple of these up. We're going to put some sauce on it. And then for our garnish, we're just going to garnish with some fresh green onions. All right, we're going to give this a try. All right, let's go ahead and give this a try. Let's see if I can just cut into it with a fork. I grabbed a knife just in case, but we'll see. Yeah, so we're cutting with a fork. But I think I'm going to cut it in half with a knife so you can kind of see the inside. Let me do that for you. There we go. It's the rice dressing there. We have the cheese all melty inside of there. My mouth is watering. Go ahead and get some of the sauce on here. I'm just going to use my fingers so that I can kind of, I don't know, didn't fall off the fork. Let's get a bite. That is so good. I love boudin. Let me grab a napkin real quick. I love boudin. You just always want to find some other ways to eat it just because it's so good, and you want to have it different ways than just the old typical put your boudin on a cracker. Another good way to eat boudin is taking little pieces of it and wrap it with a little piece of bacon about that long, and then you bake them in the oven, and that bacon gets crispy. Oh, it's so good. Boudin is so good. If you could ever find it, get your hands on it and make something with boudin. I hope you give this recipe a try if you have access to Boudin. And we will see you next time. If you want to check out some other videos of mine, I'll leave a playlist over here. You can check these out. I'll leave my logo on this side, and you can touch that and subscribe very easily if you haven't subscribed already. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.